Yes, sir, I can hear you.
Okay, okay, fine, fine.
Start the session at exactly 1 o'clock, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
we can record it and use it for later things also, no?
So this will be live on YouTube and Instagram, LinkedIn both.
Yeah. No, no, live though we don't know how many people will join.
So it will be there in YouTube, sir.
Right, okay, fine.
Yeah. I think I have some issue with my camera.
Screen share is not happening.
Can you try, sir?
My PPT is not visible right now, no?
So can you try? I cannot see. This is a reminder. Gladness is great love.
My PPT is not visible now. Why I don't know.
Yes, sir. I can see your screen.
Okay. But my PPT is not visible now. Why I don't know.
It's visible, sir. I can see
You
it.
can see my PPT.
Yes, yes, I can see it, sir.
I am not able to see. I don't know why.
I think, can you, sir, just re-log in?
Yeah, I will do it again.
Yeah, that is better.
Yeah.
So once you re-log in, then we will start the session.
Yeah.
So try to share it again.
Yes, I did it. Now you
Yes,
can see.
yes, sir, I can see. You can see your screen, right?
Yes, now I can see. Yes.
Okay.
Hmm.
So we will wait for just 3 minutes more and then
Fine.
start the session
Yeah,
at
sure.
1:05.
Sure.
Shall we start, sir?
Yes.
Okay. So, very good afternoon to everyone, and a very warm welcome to all the parents who has joined us today for this special webinar from Ankura Hospital for Women and Children. As a parent, we all want our child to grow healthy and strong. But in today's fast-paced lifestyle, junk food has quietly become a regular part of children's diet, our kids' diet. They all want fast foods and oily junk foods, often without us realizing the long term impact it can have on their health, especially their livers. And today's session is designed to help parents understanding how food choices affect our child's liver and what will be the warning signs to watch out for, and small changes at home can make a big difference at our children's life. So without much delay, I just wanted to I'm very delightful to welcome our today's speaker, Dr. Parijat Ram Tripathi. He is the consultant pediatric gastroenterologist and hepatologist. Dr. Tripathi works very closely with children and family to manage their digestive and liver related conditions, and will guide us through this topic in a very practical and easy to understand manner, like junk food and your child's liver, and what fatty liver is rising in kids, why it is rising nowadays. Throughout the session, I request everyone to please keep your microphones on mute. And if you have any doubt, you can type in the chat box. We will have a Q&A session towards the end, and doctor will answer the all questions. So let's get started, and very welcome to the webinar, and over to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Kavita, for the introduction. So, this is something a very important topic, I will say. That as a parent, we all are facing these problems. As the social media is there and so much information each and everyone is getting from so many platforms, I will say, we all know a lot about the fatty liver. That fatty liver is this, fatty liver is that. So we know a lot of things, but we don't understand. And most importantly, we do not know what all problems can happen because of this, why it is happening, and what can we do as a parent about it. So I will just be talking about these things so that we get some idea that what are these junk foods, how do they affect our body, and how are they going to affect liver of our kids, and what other diseases can they do, and what can we do as a parent to avoid the problem, or if the problem is there, then how to solve the problem. Okay, so if any questions about understanding or anything, you can type it and that we will take at the end. So the topic is junk food and your child's liver and why fatty liver is rising. So, sorry. Mm, why it is not changing? 1 second.
Sure, sir.
Yeah, the slide is not changing. I don't know. Okay, sure. So first question is, what are the junk foods? Yeah. Okay, fine. So first question is, what are the junk foods? So food that is not very good for you, but that is ready to eat or quick to prepare. This definition I found it in Oxford Dictionary, of course, online, just to check that what exactly it is written in the dictionary about the junk foods. So junk food or fast food, whatever we say, overall we all know that this is not healthy, but because it is ready to eat or quick to prepare, so we keep on eating on that. So examples are almost everything whatever our kids get from outside. So this is burger, pizza, donut, fries, your french fries, which is favorite for all the kids, Sandwiches, popcorn, cookies, chips. Most of the kids are having all the time. Then other things like our favorite samosa, breads. It is all maida and butter and all those things. Biscuits, patties, pastries, sugary drinks, your cold drink or what you think that this is a very healthy thing, your fruit juices in a small dabba or packet, which are very high in sugar. So those are all basically, or our cold drinks, Coke, Pepsi, everything, all these are high sugary drinks and they are all come as junk food. Just you think whatever you can order and get quickly, mm, always have a doubt what it is, what it contains. So these are all junk foods, what we say, but we still know that this is not good. So we know it is not good for our body, then why are we eating them? The simple question, if you go on a road and you know there is a ditch, you can fall in that, why are you even going on that road? Because it is designed that way. Okay, so it is easy to prepare or order. Okay, in the night you don't have anything to eat, or it's a Sunday evening, your cook or maid is not coming, you are tired, you don't want to cook, you order, and these will be the quickest things to come to home because they don't have to do too much of preparation. Yes, again, fastest to get when ordered. These are the reasons. You just look at it, these are the reasons we keep on ordering them. Third, definitely it's very tasty. If you compare to anything healthy, high fiber food, salad, green vegetable, all these things, of course, these are very, very tasty. That's why they are addictive. I will just go on to the further slides. I will show you why are they so addictive. So, and again, lucrative marketing that has played a large role in making us addict to all these things. These are always associated with pleasure or celebration. Birthday, you have to cut a cake. You have to have cold drinks with the chips. Anything at our office, in our hospital, in our school days, if we can remember, toffee, chocolate, cookie. It's like always, it has been associated with the a feeling of pleasure or celebration all the time. So that is how it has been marketed since always. If you feel happy, you have to consume them. And then easily available because they're very long shelf life. They are high in oil, high in preservatives. So they can be kept for a very long time. So it will always be easily available. So we end up eating them more and more. So those are the reasons why we eat them. It's not just like that we are bad people and we keep on eating on them. So just these are the reasons. So what are the components? Why we say that these are bad? Okay, they are bad. We eat them. But why? What is bad about it? So they are mainly, if you look at any junk food in the list, the main components are refined starch, sugars, like refined sugar is part of that only. Fat, usually saturated, bad quality. You look at all the labels, even chocos or whatever healthy chocos, this, that, they say everything contains palm oil. Most of the kings cook things which are fried outside are highly saturated fat, like palm oil and all. And multiple times the same oil is used. So it over the time becomes bad, and that is what is the main component of these things. Then sugar, of course, that is the strong component of that, and high salt content. So these are the four major components of any junk food. And of course, they are very poor in protein, minerals, vitamins, and fibers because they will make it costly, shelf life will decrease, and they are not going to give you that pleasure. So they are going to be less anymore. So just to show in a burger, there will be some green leaf which is hanging out to make you feel that it is healthy also, or some kind of thing, brown bread or some different color than white, which again to bring you back, now you are eating healthy. So these are all the ways why, just to circumvent, because you started knowing that it is not good. So now they have found another way to show you, no, no, it can be good also. So you keep on eating and keep on feeding your kids. So what is the science behind this addiction? Why we get addicted when we know so many things about them? Simple things. It has high glycemic starch. You eat, your sugar will rise quickly in your blood. So when sugar rises quickly, it goes to the brain and gives a kind of high. So you like that feeling. Then insulin will come suddenly. All this will create food memories and encourage overeating because when sugar is high, Your brain wants to live in that condition, that okay, high sugar, I feel good, let me eat more. So that is how it becomes addictive. Consistency, they are designed very well, easy to eat, you don't have to put too much effort in eating them. You can chew very easily, it is very soft, and something what, soft inside, crunchy outside when it is deep fried. So that's all like very very nice taste it gives, and the consistency is another important thing. Rich in and just you compare, while the child is eating a bowl of sprouts, it's going to be a horrible feeling. So always these are going to be more addictive. And then again, rich in fat and carbs, so they give greater sensory pleasure. And contents stimulate binge eating, that you want to eat more and more. Your child may eat a small chapati, but he will finish a full burger because they stimulate the binge eating. So that is why we become addicted to them. I'm not just telling all the time children, because children have learned from us. We have only told them to eat all these things. They were not never born with a burger or pizza, but we made them to eat, and now they are addicted to eat. So definitely we are the culprit, and we have to take charge as a parent. We often see that our kid is not eating home food, but can finish the junk food of choice in no time. So this, of course, this is not a disease. Many of the parents come to me and tell he's not feeling hungry, he's not eating this, not eating that. The moment you ask what is your favorite food, he will say pizza. How many slices can you eat? He'll say I'll eat 4 slices. So there is no disease which is selectively for your home cooked food, and outside food it suddenly disappears. It is all because that food is designed like that, that our kids are becoming addicted to them. So now the next question. So we know what is a junk food, why it is not good for our body, or it is not good for our body, and what happens. Now the next question, what happens when you eat the food, it goes in your intestine, gets absorbed and goes in your blood. Then what happens next? So all the carbs and sugars, so there will be rapid increase of glucose in the blood, insulin will rise. So this glucose will be utilized by our muscles and brain for energy. Okay, so if you are eating less, you are doing physical activity, they can be managed. But whenever slightly excess, it will be kept in the liver as a glycogen. And if it is too much, obviously it is too much. We never eat junk food in small quantities. No one eats two French fries. So they will be converted into fat and again stored in the liver. So that is what's happening. What is happening with the fat component? Again, used by muscles for source of energy and stored in body and liver as a fat, of course. When it is too much, it will cause fatty liver, because excess fat which is going inside the body, which body is not using, then liver will circulate it in our blood. So it will lead it to increase lipids in our blood. Insulin resistance will increase, and more fatty liver. That liver has to, liver is a very good organ. It keeps everything like a bank. So it will keep the excess fat inside. So it will lead to fatty liver. Salts, what will happen with the salts? As we said, four component: carbohydrate and sugars, fats, and salt. Salt normally used by the body for normal functions, but all these um, our junk foods are having very high salt content, because salt increases shelf life. आपको याद होगा ना, जैसे अचार बनाते हैं, you put a lot of salt in that, so salt increases the shelf life. So when it is in excess, it will cause hypertension and increase load over our heart and kidney. So if all this is persisting for a longer time, our kid is eating a lot of junk. So, and some genetic factors, low physical activity, so free fatty acids are increasing. Fat is getting accumulated in our body cells other than liver also, so obesity will come. And finally, what will happen? Something we called as metabolic syndrome, which starts appearing in early adolescence or adulthood. Diabetes will develop. Dyslipidemia means high lipid in our body. Blood pressure will increase. Our liver will become fatty, and cardiovascular diseases like hypertension and heart disease chances, this will all increase over the time. So when we started our job, and maybe in your job screening, or suddenly at 35 you got a blood test and you found that your AST, ALT, or liver functions are a bit abnormal, cholesterol is slightly high, maybe ultrasound showed grade 1, grade 2 fatty liver. All this didn't happen suddenly. All this is going on in your body for last 20 years, and which started happening in our kids much, much,
Mm.
much earlier, because their feeding habits are very bad than what we went through. So it is our responsibility, as we said, as a parent, we have to take the call. So now come to this part. Now we know what all is happening. So what is this fatty liver? So normal fat in our liver is normally 1.5 to 2.5%. And whenever it goes more than 5%, we call it is a fatty liver or non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. So of course, I hope our kids are not consuming alcohol by the time they are coming to me. So we mainly don't consider alcohol as the cause of fatty liver at that time. So usually it is detected on ultrasound that you got a ultrasound abdomen for some pain abdomen and they have written grade 1, grade 2 fatty liver. So most of the time that's how we detect them. How common it is? Out of 100 kids, 10 kids are suffering from fatty liver overall. So this is such a high number we need to understand. And if you look at obese children, children who are having very fatty body, if you look at their BMI, which is on higher side, 30% of our kids with obesity, जिनको मोटापा है, 30% of those kids are having fatty liver. So this is quite a huge number and it's a kind of epidemic. So what the next step, what we do as a doctor, we do a liver function test just to see is this fat has started damaging our kids' liver. So we do liver function test, obviously. So is this food is the only factor which is causing this fatty liver in our kids? No, there are other factors too. First is of course food, which is high carb and fat and low protein. You just start reading as a parent that what food contains what. If you are addicted to screen or you go keep on googling or do your AI use like ChatGPT and all, try to learn or from the books that what food contain how much fat, how much protein, what is high protein, low protein. You will see that how much protein you or your kid is eating every day. So first, of course, our junk food is the main factor. Second is low physical activity, and in that excessive screen time. So screen and food are quite correlated. Huh? Your child is eating all the time in front of screen, of course he's going to overeat. And then all this is making like more comfortable. You are watching movie or some favorite series or some song or playing some games, munching on french fries or chips or kurkure or pizza burger. So that is what our life typical lifestyle is, and that is all harming our liver very, very, very badly. So of course excessive screen time, all these things, please listen and introspect. What are we doing with our kids, and is our kid is going in right direction, and how is it going to affect his future life? So there is nothing to remember, just listen and try to introspect. Or if you are listening the recorded version in future, please think about it line by line when I'm going further. Then for low physical activity, we say that social factors, that no one to play, there is road, no park nearby. But we have to find a solution. We can't end up just blaming the situations. Of course, obesity can be because of other reasons also, sometimes pathological. But whenever obesity is central, that tummy is looking quite big, that means it can lead to fatty liver. Then genetics, Indian population is specifically very prone for insulin resistance and fat accumulation. So please don't compare yourself to your Western friends, or when you have migrated to USA or UK or Australia or anywhere else where that is the routine food, what we have discussed just now, that why those kids are looking lean, thin, smart, and why my child is getting chubby and he's getting all the diseases, because you have inherited your Indian genes from India. Okay, so we are more prone to all these problems. Our lifestyle has changed a lot, and food is changing a lot. The amount we are eating, our kids are not spending that much. So that is all affecting it very, very badly. Right now, we are only on the liver. We'll just look at other things also, what happens with them. So the next question is now, okay, the fatty liver is there. So why it is bad? Let the fat be there. Like my BMI is so high. Like as a parent, you can say, my parents were so chubby all the time, or I am so chubby, I look quite fat, but I'm fine. There is no problem. Why this fatty liver is bad? So just know some basic things. If you have those doubts, having too much of fat is good, because you may starve like a panda sometime in future and it will save you. So if you are giving all these excuses, just know some basic things. So fatty liver, most of the children's no symptoms will be there, maybe silently they are just accumulating the fat to in their liver for the right time to appear. Over the time it will start increasing size of the kid's liver, so that what we call swelling of the liver. At this time inflammation may start, maybe the liver which was not made to take care of so much of fat now started reacting to that fat. Our immunity has is not taking it in a right way. So what happens next? Liver injury. So now what we call inflammation, NASH, non-alcoholic steatohepatitis. Whenever itis comes, that means inflammation has started. So right now your liver enzymes, AST, ALT, will start rising. So that means the fat is not sitting idle anymore and it is started damaging the liver now. And then repeated injuries over the years will lead to fibrosis and cirrhosis. Okay, so those are the bad guys, something very, very bad. If that is there, of course, you are not listening this webinar. You are sitting in front of some of the doctor to understand what to do next. And the best part, we can prevent all these things. So this is all not to scare you, but just to tell all of you that don't ignore this problem. So is this is in fatty liver disease in adults. So this is the most common liver disease in adults these days. In some of the one study recently I was reading from Chennai, they have shown that all the people who are coming to hospital, 60% of them are having fatty liver. Most of the studies say that 25% of the people are having fatty liver. In India, the number can be up to 50% of the people. Even I am having grade 1, grade 2 fatty liver. So this is so common. And most importantly, it starts in childhood. So I don't know you are going to take care for yourself or not, but taking care of your kid is our responsibility. So please, and still you can change it. So I will not suggest anything for you, but for your kid, be serious because the disease is probably starting right now and we are the culprit. Okay. So it can lead to cirrhosis and even cancer. So what we say typically in adults, if you are having a fatty liver, or non-alcoholic steatohepatitis, in 15 years, 15% of the people will develop cirrhosis of the liver, and that's a huge number. Okay, so we should not think, no, no, I will have some, no, just you try to avoid that thought that, no, no, I will never have it. Because the statistics say a lot of people are going to have it. So better not to think that it's not going to happen. Do prevention, you can still control it, it's nothing to be scared. But once you understand that it can happen, only then you will start doing something about it. Till the time you are in a denial, no, it cannot happen with me, then you will not do the right thing. So this is just a cartoon photo just to show this is a healthy liver which is pinkish, then it becomes fat, it will collect fibrosis, liver is getting hard, and in the future it can develop cancer also. So what all junk foods can do? So these are the diseases when your child is eating too much junk, you can see he will become obese, he or she will become obese. Insulin resistance and diabetes will develop early in the life. Fatty liver, what we are talking about right now, high cholesterol and triglycerides in the blood, which usually happen in adults, hypertension and heart disease, poor concentration and mood swings. You will see it very commonly because whenever we eat this, suddenly our blood sugar will rise. It will give a very happy feeling and suddenly it will fall. And that gives you kind of irritation, headache kind of feeling. So that will be happening very frequently in our kids if they are eating more of junk food. Dental caries, of course, constipation, bloating, pain, abdomen, they all can do. Our bones will be weak because they are quite low in calcium, and skin and hormonal problem happens because of the preservatives that they add. So what do you do if your child is having junk food often? So I think next two slides we'll be discussing about them in next 5 minutes maybe. So prevention is the best option. If your child is still small, I don't know as a parent at what stage you are listening to all this, but if your child is still small, do not introduce junk food yourself. That is what we always say. um, Word is going to teach all the bad things to your child. Okay, so don't be that part of the society which is going to teach bad things to your child. Don't introduce junk yourself. Don't give it out of happiness that, okay, I'm meeting in the evening, let's give chocolate to them. All of us do. I am no exception. All of us do. But we have to somehow control this desire of rewarding them with the junk food. Make it luxury. So you can't make it zero. Your child is seeing it all around. Maybe you can make it like he can have in birthday parties, or maybe when someone guest comes and gives, maybe he can have it. But it should not be a routine that I'm taking you and I'm giving you it every day. It's not a everyday thing. You can't take Swiggy, Zomato and keep on ordering it every day. Make it luxury. Stop using junk food as replacement of your time. That is what happens most of the time. We are so busy for the whole weekend. At weekends you want to give all the love on earth to your child, and a part of that love is being made by that junk food. So please remove that junk food part, find something else, go for a run, go for a jog, play some sports, do something else. Don't watch too much of screen with them, of course, but you can do these things. Then dissociate them with pleasure and reward. As I said, not like you got very good numbers, let's have a pizza. You did this, let's have a burger. No, try not to associate them with pleasure and reward. The word and marketing company is already doing that a lot. As they grow, teach them the harmful effects. Once you feel now my child can understand when I tell them, so you tell them what all it can do, so that it starts going them in their brain, and maybe as they grow, they may start making right choices. Most important thing, be the role model. What you do, they are going to follow. If you teach them all the good things and don't do the right things, they at the end they will end up following you. So be the role model. Whatever you do, they will end up following you. So first, bring the change within. Next, what to do if our child has fatty liver? Okay, now if your child is having junk food, what we can do, and what to do if our child has fatty liver? It may all look like a lot of common talk, I think, because these days on social media, everyone can give any kind of gyan, so that is all fine. But as a parent, I will just say, take care of few things, just few things, what works for you. Like in food, this is my limit and this I have to do, but don't surrender. Now the next thing, when fatty liver, all these things, whatever treatment modalities and all these things which are circulating on the social media, please don't apply on your child's bodies are still growing. Most of the studies do not suggest to give too many of medications for that. Of course, a doctor will tell you what to do, so don't do anything extravagant for the fatty liver in your child. Just do simple things. First, as I said, don't panic, but take it seriously. Don't ignore it. Most of the times, no medicines are required in children. So don't be scared of going to a specialist. Most of the time, we feel if you go to a specialist, you will start taking hi-fi things. But as I said, fatty liver is reversible to a very large extent. So if you start doing things early, it may improve in your child. So third thing, cut down on junk food. Obviously, you have to do it. There is no other option. And other sources of high sugar and fat. If you can see something which is being consumed very commonly, which is very high in sugar and fat, you can cut down if your child is already having fatty liver. Exercise and decreasing screen time will go hand in hand. Screen time has to go down. Exercise half an hour, 1 hour, jogging, playing, running has to be there. And watch for development of other complications and follow up. So once fatty liver, what I will suggest you follow, be in the follow up with a specialist. Look at the weight of your kid. If he is obese, many of the time they may not be obese and still they can have fatty liver, what we call lean NASH. A lot of adults have that you are thin but you are still having fatty liver. As I said, our genetics is like that. So watch for complications of fatty liver, that it is not progressively worsening and liver inflammation is not happening, and it is not getting, our liver is not getting hard day by day. So those things we need to just see and follow up. So basic thing, control the diet, increase physical activity, decrease screen time, sensitize yourself and your child for diet and fatty liver part. So I think that is it from my side. In Where I'm talking to public, probably this much is enough. We are not going to discuss any medicines or any remedies right now. So, but that is what a liver is healthy when you give them good food, exercise, diet. So that is what will be my take. So now, if any questions are there, I'm ready to take.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for the insightful session. And we request parents, if you have any query, you can ask us. You can tap in the chat box or you can ask doctor directly.
So I can see some messages here. I think
That
something.
they wanted to have a session in the Telugu because they are the local
Okay, I'm really
speaking.
sorry. I'm really
Yeah, so
sorry for
that's why
that.
I
Yeah.
have just told them to please get connected to us, follow us. We will
Yes.
again do this kind of session in local language also.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely fine. Yeah. Definitely, that I understand that we should be trying to do. But unfortunately, if I speak all this in Telugu, most of the people will not be able to understand. So,
Yeah. Sir, I would like to ask you some of the myths regarding to the junk food, which every parent can relate. So,
mhm.
junk food once in a while won't harm my child.
Yeah.
So, they think like this.
So, who is going to decide this once in a while? So what I say, they are bad. Basically, first thing you need to understand is they are bad. They are not good at all. Okay. So whenever you are giving it, it is not going to help your child. First thing, first take this fact very clearly. Okay. So once in a while, definitely, if our body is so good, our liver is so good, once in a while, hit it can take very easily. As I discussed, na, they are addictive. So they make you, once you start giving, the child will crave for it more and more, more and more. So how are you going to keep it less frequent? That is your responsibility. As I always say, as to the parents, don't mix love and discipline. You are telling me because you know this makes them happy, you want to give them, but at the same time you know that it is bad for your kid, so you don't want to give them too often, but still you want to give them. All of us do that. So make a schedule, maybe once in a week, small quantity, once in 15 days. As I said, make it luxury. Don't make it a routine. Don't make it a routine that every day you are going to give it, or every week I will give you, every second week I will give you. Make it a luxury. Okay, something is happening, you can have this. Always keep a line of resistance, but of course don't fight with them too much, otherwise they will go and eat and don't even tell you. So you need to find a practical way. Once in a while is fine. I'm not telling you to torture your kid if you really want and you are just fighting for months. Once in a while is fine, but that once in a while has to be fixed and strictly followed.
Okay, so sir, we have a question from Varalakshmi Garu. I am a mother of 18-month-old. Can I give bread to my baby?
Yeah, absolutely no. Absolutely no. That is what I told you, madam. Um, Varalakshmi, I think you are a Telugu lady. You must be, I think. Our food here is so good. Uh, our food here is so good that you ask your grandparents what you should give, or any old person who is there. You can give uggu, dalia, oats, ragi java. Why do we want to give bread? It is fully made up of maida. Okay. Uh, and whatever they say, white bread, this bread, this your whole wheat bread, I really don't understand, because if you make a bread of whole wheat, that will not be that chewy, the kind of bread that we get from the market. So if it is an emergency, you are traveling, you have nothing else to food, you don't have time to cook, I will not suggest you to starve your kid. Okay, you can give it maybe, but don't start it as a food option. So again, as I said, it is high in maida, high in your maybe butter they add for the thing. The oil that they use is most of the time palm oil if they have to use. So better you avoid it as much as possible.
Uh, Thank you, sir. We have one more question. It's okay to explain in Hindi and will English, it is possible. Acha, it will helpful. Okay. So they want it in a Hindi also. If you can explain in
हाँ,
Hindi, that
यस
will
यस,
be helpful.
इसमें कोई भी वो नहीं है। जैसे कौन से, इसका आंसर ही हिंदी में, आई थिंक दिस इज मिसेस
Another lady, sir. This
अनदर
is
लेडी।
another, yeah.
आप बच्चे को, अगर आपके पास ऑप्शंस अवेलेबल हैं, तो ये शॉर्टकट्स होते हैं। जैसे मैंने शुरू में ही बोला कि हम लोग ये सारी चीज़ें देते हैं इसलिए क्योंकि इजीली अवेलेबल है। एज एन 18 month old बेबी के मदर आई कैन अंडरस्टैंड कि आप कितने एग्जॉस्टेड होंगे विद द बेबी, इतना काम है, कुछ खिलाने को नहीं है, ब्रेड इज इजी, आप जस्ट गर्म करो खिला दो बच्चे को। बट वो रूटीन मत बनाइए कभी भी। फर्स्ट आप ट्राई करिए मत इंट्रोड्यूस करना पड़े, और उसको इमरजेंसी के लिए कभी आप दिमाग में रख सकते हैं। बट या ट्रैवल कर रहे हैं, कुछ और नहीं मिला है, आपके पास कुछ भी ऑप्शन नहीं है, तो आप सोच सकते हैं। बट आप इन सब चीज़ों को एज अ फूड ऑप्शन मत रखिए घर में, कि हम सुबह शाम ब्रेड दे देंगे, बिकॉज फिर वो आदत बनती चली जाएगी। मैं हमेशा कहता हूँ, इस मेरे ये सब कहने का मतलब ये नहीं है कि आपने एक दिन दे दिया तो कुछ गड़बड़ हो जाएगा, कुछ नहीं होगा। बट वहीं से स्टार्ट होगा। ऐसे ही बच्चे को धीरे धीरे मजा आना शुरू हो जाएगा उन चीजों में, फिर बाद में वो वही खाएगा, फिर हम चेंज नहीं कर पाएंगे। और बच्चे बहुत स्टबर्न होते हैं, उनकी एक बार कोई आदत पड़ गई तो उसे छुड़ाना बहुत डिफिकल्ट है। तो शुरू में ही आप कोशिश करिए कि खराब आदतें ना डालें बच्चों की।
So we have one more myth I just wanted to ask you, that people think home food means oily food, but it's okay if it's cooked at home.
हम्म। तो अब ये बोलूंगा ये मिथ नहीं है, ये ठीक है। आई हैव लेस प्रॉब्लम विद दैट दिस थिंग। क्योंकि घर पे हम जो ऑयल यूज करते हैं, जैसे आपने घर पे कुछ भी बनाई, पूड़ी पराठा बनाया, मैदे का हम नहीं बनाते हैं, नॉर्मल आटा यूज करते हैं उसमें। जो वेजिटेबल अगर आप उसमें डालते हो, मोस्टली वो फ्रोजन प्रिजर्वेटिव्स के साथ नहीं होता है, नॉर्मल होता है, हम कट करके डालते हैं, घर के मसाले डालते हैं। नाउ कम टू मेन इंग्रेडिएंट द फैट। जो हम फैट यूज करते हैं मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम, ऑफ कोर्स रिफाइंड ऑयल मोस्ट ऑफ द घरों में यूज होता है, या घी यूज होता है। घी इज स्टिल ओके, रिफाइंड ऑयल नॉट दैट गुड, बट मच बेटर देन व्हाट इज बीइंग यूज्ड इन द मार्केट। मार्केटेड सारी चीजें, टू डिक्रीज द कॉस्ट दे विल यूज चीप ऑयल, मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम पाम ऑयल, जिसको नॉर्मली आप खा नहीं सकते हो, बट उसको इतना प्यूरिफाई किया जाता है। एंड वी नेवर यूज पाम ऑयल in our cooking. But if you look at the labels or look at the market, they are making everything. आप कोई भी बड़ी कंपनी की भी नमकीन का पैकेट खरीदिए, उसे पीछे पढ़िए, palm oil is the main component, whatever oil comes from them. एंड एक ऑयल को मल्टीपल टाइम यूज होता है, यू मोर ऑफ व्हाट वी से ट्रांस फैटी एसिड्स विच आर गोइंग टू कलेक्ट इन द लिवर मोर एंड मोर। सो आई विल, मैं हमेशा कहता हूँ बच्चों को हम ये नहीं बोल सकते हैं आप ऑयली चीजें बंद कर दो। फैट इज नीडेड, 15 to 20% ऑफ द कैलोरी ऑफ द बॉडी हैज टू कम फ्रॉम द फैट, सो फैट देना है हमें। होम कुक्ड इज स्टिल फाइन। बट अगर बच्चा हर चीज फ्राइड ही खा रहा है, देन द प्रॉब्लम अराइजेस। बच्चा सुबह शाम घर का फ्राइड आलू ही खा रहा है, ओकरा फ्राई ही खा रहा है, दैट इज द प्रॉब्लम। सो कीप इट बैलेंस्ड, बट होम कुक्ड फ्राइड आई एम स्टिल फाइन विद दैट। आपका बच्चा घर में बड़ी बनी पकौड़ी खाता है, आई एम स्टिल फाइन विद दैट। दैट इज बेसन, दैट इज वेजिटेबल एंड ऑयल, that you know that you are not going to use 10 times, maybe 1 or 2 times, next you will throw it. So at least we can have a quality control over that. So home cooked I'm still okay until unless it is too much.
Okay, thank you, sir. So here is the last myth I would like to ask you. Liver problems happen only in adults, not children.
Yes. So that's what I discussed, tried to discuss in most of my talk, that all these diseases start in children. These days, most common liver problem in adults is non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, which starts in childhood, mostly adolescence. Over the years and years, when it keeps on building up, the fatty liver started in the childhood. It never manifested as a liver disease. But when the person is 25, 35, 45, or maybe 60 years, they start manifesting. और एज आई सेड, ये आदत की दिक्कत है। आप 15 साल का बच्चा या 12 साल का बच्चा जो पिज्जा बर्गर खाने लगा है, उसको आप सडनली 25 पे बोलेंगे या 20 पे बोलेंगे बंद कर दो, इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट फॉर देम, बिकॉज देयर ब्रेन एंड देयर ऑल द लाइफ इज अराउंड दैट नाउ। सो दिस इज द बेस्ट टाइम एज अ पेरेंट। द सबसे अच्छी चीज है पेरेंट्स को चीजें बताने की। You worry about their future also, you worry that how my kid will be when he's 70 years old also. So you have to inculcate good things right now, and most of these kind of metabolic diseases, what जो हम metabolic syndrome कहते हैं, they start in early childhood. So that is definitely a myth, and we need to start preventing, stopping the disease to develop in them during adulthood. So we have to work in childhood only. Kavita,
Thank you, sir.
yes,
Thank you, sir.
yes.
Do we have any more questions? I think that's all for today's session.
Yes.
So thank you so much, sir. Thank you for such informative and eye-opening session. I'm sure today's discussion will help parents to understand better how everyday food choices can impact their child's life.
Yeah.
So, to all the parents who joined us today, I would like to thank you. Thank you for your time and thank you for taking time out for your child's well-being. And I will request everyone to please stay connected with Ankura Hospital for more such informative sessions. We will come up with more such sessions, and we will mostly try to get more sessions in Telugu as well, so that it will help the Telugu speaking audience as well. So as a parent, we may not be able to control every choice our children make, but we can guide them with awareness, balance, and love. Small changes in everyday food habits can make a big difference to their health and happiness. Thank you so much for taking this important step today. And thank you everyone for joining us. Thank
Okay.
you,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.